Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. We're just going to give it a couple minutes till everyone makes their way in. This is my first live stream, I think. So what's up, guys? Hello. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you guys have any ailments or if there's something that you guys want to focus on in this little 20-minute flow that we're going to do today. Know how you're feeling overall in your body. If you want something that's energizing or relaxing, I'm here for y'all. So say hello, maybe where you're from. Again, if you have any ailments like injuries or tight hamstrings, tight shoulders, neck, if there's something you want to focus on, just let me know. Hello. Hi, Soyralt. I'm not going to pronounce that properly, but hi. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for being here. Hello. How are you, Mohit? Let me know how you guys are feeling in your bodies. If you have tight shoulders or hamstrings, something you guys want to focus on. How you're feeling energy-wise, like if you're tired or you're feeling like you're buzzing. Let's give it one more minute or so. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here. So I woke up at 6:45 this morning, and that's not typically my style. So I'm actually feeling good, and I noticed that the few times I have woken up that early, like actually feel pretty good and like more awake. There's something about rising with the sun, I think. That just feels so nice. Hamstring exercise, you got it. Hamstring stretch or hamstring exercise? Like you want to build up your muscle or you want to stretch and get more open? Let me know, Mahit. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's just come into a child's pose. So you can take your knees wide or knees together. It's up to you and how your body's feeling today. You're going to stretch your arms out long in front of you and then reach your tailbone back towards your feet. And just take deep breaths into your back. You can close your eyes. Awesomeness, hello, iron, both. Okay, hamstring, stretch, and exercise. You got it. So just breathing deep into the spine here. Breathe into the upper back. Exhale it out. Breathe into the mid back. Exhaling to melt. Breathe into the low back, lengthening the tailbone, widening the hips. And then into the whole back is one giant orb of sensation. And then on your next exhale, we'll walk our hands over to the left and then extra press into that left palm so that way you feel your left hip moving back in space. And just breathing into that open part of the body, the left rib cage, the left waist and hip. And then when you're ready, inhaling back to center, lengthen nice and long. Exhale over to the right. Again, pressing into that right palm. Feel your right hip move back, lengthening the side of your body. Breathe deep to wherever you feel tension. You can do in through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more round of breath here. On your next inhale, walking your hands back to center, lengthen extra long here, nice stretch. And then exhale, we're gonna shift forward onto our hands coming into more of a tabletop. So wrists right underneath shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. And then on your inhale, let that tailbone lift as your heart pulls through. Exhale, curl your tailbone around your spine. If you want, you can reverse that. So you can actually inhale into the round, breathing up into your shoulders, and then exhale to more of a neutral spine, not necessarily a cat spine. So it's up to you, just breathing in these cat-cows, moving with your own breath, doing whatever your body calls for. I wish I could see y'all. Un poquito español.
Habla español un poquito. Hello from India. Thanks for joining me.
Okay. So now that you've had some cat-cows, we'll go ahead and come to more of a neutral spine. And then you're going to take your left shoulder to left hip. So I'm trying to shorten the distance between my shoulder and that hip, and then breathe down the side of the body, kind of like when we are in our child's pose. Exhale to center. Inhale, reaching right shoulder to right hip, breathing down the left side of the body. And then exhaling back to center. One more gentle little cat-cow here. Awesome. So now make sure that those wrists are right underneath the elbows. The knees are right underneath the hips. We're going to inhale, lift our left leg straight back behind us. I'll turn to the side just so you can make sure you see what I'm doing here. And then we're going to try for something a little bit different. If this feels good, if this feels stable, you can try lifting that same arm. This adds a bit of a balance challenge in core, so if that's too much, you can always do your opposite arm or just hang out with both hands on the earth. But I'm lifting, I'm lengthening through my left heel, reaching through my left fingertips. I allow the wobble to happen because that's my body balancing itself. Beautiful. And then exhale, go ahead and lower your hand and knee to the earth. And then we'll spin our right foot out to the side, out to the right. Take our left leg long behind us, setting that down. Inhale, open up into a side plank. So I'm supported by my right knee and left foot. Everything's in line with each other on the mat. I'm going to reach my hand towards the earth. Inhale, like a big rainbow stretch. Exhale, lift, curl in that side body as you reach your fingertips towards that foot. Inhale, open like a rainbow. Exhale, reach for that foot. I'm squeezing, I'm engaging my legs, not behind me or in front. I can see it down the straight line of my body. Inhale, open one more time. Exhale, lift and crunch. And then beautiful, coming back to center. Just a gentle cat-cow here on your own. And then coming back to your neutral spine, we'll inhale, lift the right leg. And then if this feels good, you want to try for your left hand, or you can try for the same hand, your right hand. Again, this is a lot more of a balance challenge, more of a core. Trying not to fall out of anything, but control. So I'm lengthening through that back heel, and I'm reaching through my right fingertips. This side's harder. Is this side harder for you or easier? Do you notice? Breathing, lengthening. Got it. One more inhale. Exhale, lower, coming back to our tabletop. Then we're going to spin that left foot out to the left. And then lengthen our right leg out long, setting the sole of our foot to the earth. And then I'm going to inhale, reach my arm overhead, down towards the floor. Nice rainbow stretch. Breathe down the right side of the body. Exhale, lift and curl. Extend, engage every muscle. Inhale, breathe to wherever you feel tension. Exhale, squeeze and lengthen at the same time. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift and squeeze. One more, inhale. Exhale, lift. And then coming back to a neutral spine, we'll inhale, cat, exhale. And then go ahead and keep your knees and your hips where they are. We're just going to walk our arms out in front of us, coming down to a puppy pose. So stay here, shoulders move down the back, so that way you have a lot of room in your neck like a ballerina. And then your hips are lifting up and back. If that's really intense, you can always keep your forearms down or place some blocks or books underneath your collarbones. But just breathe into that space. Can you have the camera closer to you and more near the ground if possible? Yeah, I'm just kind of starting this, so I guess next time, I'm sorry, I will make sure I do better. I'm in a new spot because it's actually at the lounge. Maybe I'll add more leg right there. Perfect. So stay breathing. And then on your next exhale, we're going to shift forward onto our belly. And then tuck the elbows underneath our shoulders. Roll our shoulders up, back, and down. Gentle squeeze in the belly lifts the front of the torso. Let the back melt towards the earth. And breathe. Beautiful. Exhale. Go ahead and lower all the way down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Pull your elbows in towards your sides. Tuck your toes underneath. And then scoot your knees up towards your hips, which should lift your hips off the ground. Exhale. Push the ground away. Inhale. Lengthen back, downward dog. So for our downward dog, we actually want to make sure that our knees are staying nice and bent. And then I'm sending my heels to the earth and energetically lengthening my hips away from my heels. So I'm not locking out my legs. That doesn't offer as good as of a stretch. So just breathing here. Every time I inhale, I'm lengthening my hips up as my heels melt to the earth. Every time I exhale, I soften. Shoulders are down the back here. Breathing deep in through the nose. Feel free to exhale out of the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale, soften. This time, inhale, we'll lift the left leg nice and long behind us. And then we'll go ahead and exhale, shift forward. Bring your knee to your nose in like a high plank position. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, step that foot all the way forward to the outside of your left hand. You can lower your back knee if you want, or you can keep it lifted. It's totally up to you. We're in a lizard lunge here. So we want to keep this shoulder in, or this knee in towards our shoulder. And then bring that left hip back, right hip forward. Allow the hips to settle between the legs. You can lower to your forearms if you have space. Trying to find something I can lower my camera to. Actually, I have something. So just breathe here for a moment. I'm going to adjust my camera real fast. Breathe into the hips, the hamstrings. There we go. All right, move to the camera. Okay. So now we're going to walk this leg over to the middle and then lengthen our hips back. So that way now this leg is straight out in front of us. But again, micro bend in the knees. I'm not locked out in the joint here. You can windshield wiper side to side. And then once you find a spot where you really feel the stretch, it's different for everyone, go ahead and come to your fingertips and then inhale. Try to bring your heart through, forward and out, collarbones broad. See how that affects the stretch in your leg. Breathing to wherever you feel the tension. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and lunge back forward, getting nice and strong here. And then plant your hands, tuck your back toes to lift your back knee if it wasn't already. Sweep that foot back behind you, lengthen long. See if you can lift that foot a little bit higher. Exhale to lower it down. Go ahead and pedal out your feet here. Take a nice little down dog. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, lift the right leg up. Keep the hips closed here though, so my toes are turning towards the left. And then exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step all the way through to the outside of your right hand. If you have trouble bringing it forward, just pick your heel up and scooch it forward with that hand. And then again, you can keep that back leg lifted or lowered. It's up to you. My right knee is pulling into my right shoulder and just breathing here. You can lower down to your forearms, whatever level feels good for you. Just breathing.
Okay. I'm sorry, Pyro. This is the best I can do. I feel like I'm in the frame all the way. So let's see here. Breathing. We'll do 2 more rounds of breath. Whatever level you're at, find a little bit more comfortability. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk that foot to the center and scooch our hips all the way back. Then again, windshield wiper, point and flex, it's up to you. Once you find that spot where you really feel the stretch, come to the fingertips if you can. Really lengthen through the spine. You can bend your front knee a little bit if you need to. Heart is lifted. Back of the neck is long. Deep, full breaths to wherever you feel tension, anywhere you feel blockages. One more inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and scoot forward, getting nice and strong in this little lunge. And then plant your hands, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, sweep that right foot back, lengthening along behind you. And then really lift through the heel, trying to take it as high as you can, really stretching those legs. Exhale, go ahead and bring that foot back to the earth, pedaling out your feet. You can even send your knees to one side or the other. Coming back to center, we'll go ahead and set our knees down and then sit our legs in front of us, lifting one hip and then the other. We'll go ahead and take this right foot into the inside of our left leg. Face the left leg. Inhale, flex those toes. See if you can spread your toes really wide. And then as though we have wood pegs on our hips, hinging forward. Just breathing here, only going as far as you can without rounding and collapsing. We want to keep the collarbones really broad. The collarbones stretch across the front of your chest and neck here, and your heart sits right underneath. You want everything to be open. And just breathing. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, point your toes and round forward. Deep breaths, wherever you need to send it. My heart is still reaching forward and out. Then on the next inhale, we'll lift our gaze, go ahead and slowly sit back. And then we'll switch legs. So my right leg will come forward, left foot will come to the inside of my thigh. It's just above my knee. You can always go below the knee, whatever space you need for your body. Make sure both hips are on the ground, and then toes are facing up, toes spreading wide. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down the back. If this is a stretch for you, that's okay. Just breathe here. And every time you exhale, you're softening. Every time you inhale, you're finding length. So just moving through this. You are your only curve. I'm breathing. I hope you guys are breathing. Keeping the spine long. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, point your toes and round forward, still reaching through that heart. Imagine your heart energy, the love you want to give to the world, the love you want to create for your life is just pouring out of you and forward into your life. Love, love, love. Breathing deep, feeling good. One more round of breath. And then inhale, lift the gaze, slowly sit back up. Now we'll take the legs together and then again readjusting the hips and the flesh out from underneath the sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall. If this is your stretch, you're hanging here, breathing. If you're ready, you can hinge forward. Same principle with the spine. One more inhale, lengthen long. Exhale, rounding through the spine, pointing the toes. Heart is reaching forward whatever level you're at, that's okay. Just breathe here. Breathing is what makes it yoga. One more round of breath. And then we'll slowly sit up. And then cross our legs, coming forward onto our hands and knees. Taking our last and final savasana of child's pose, or you can lay on your back. Or if you're in child's pose, knees wide or together, it's up to you. I'm going to bring my knees together and then reach my hands towards my heels. And if you're in the same position as I am, which is like the true child's pose versus extended, you can allow your shoulders to really slump forward, breathing into your back, letting everything go. Take 3 more rounds of breath, full, long, deep, completely present here on the mat. And then when you're ready, start to deepen your breath. Bring the palms back underneath your shoulders. Slowly sitting up. Coming center over the hips. We'll inhale, lift arms overhead. Salute the sun, the day that's about to begin. Drink in all the energy. Exhale, pulling that all into your heart, bringing the palms to heart center. Exhale, bow your mind to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. May you go forth and bring love and joy and happiness to every person you meet. If you see someone who's sad or mean, may you try to help change their day, make them feel good and happy, and leave them with a smile. Let's all make that a mission today, that everyone we interact with, we will leave them better than we found them. The love enlighten me recognizes and honors the love enlighten each of you. Namaste. Yay, thank you so much, everybody. So I really hope that you enjoyed this stretch. Let me know if you like this space. I'm actually at MSW Lounge where we do our injections and IVs, and I actually have been meaning to talk to you guys about my health. I got my blood work done and my urinalysis and my allergies all tested. And so now I'm kind of making some life changes based off of that. So I'm excited. But let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, if I should do it here again. Oh, love you too, Mohit. Thank you so much. I hope you rest well. You still work with Psychetruth? No, Pyro, unfortunately, I don't work with Psychetruth anymore, but I know that they're always bringing on amazing instructors. Like my dear friend Myra Shake is in the process of filming with them, and I'm so excited to see what videos she comes out with. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Soy Raul, I'm going to practice my Spanish. I'm actually going to Puerto Vallarta in February. Who's in Puerto Vallarta? Does anybody know anyone out there? I want to kind of check out a studio maybe. Quick pose for you. I do drawing, so it would help me. What kind of pose would you like, Pyro? That would be fun. Well, I really appreciate everyone, and I really mean what I said about I hope that we can all go out and leave people better than we found them. My life's mission anytime, especially like TSA or, you know, the person who's checking you in for your flight or the pissed off person at the grocery store, like I just literally try to give them so much love, and I ask them how their day is going. And, you know, if it's not doing so good, I try and find ways to help spin everything to be more positive and make them feel good and heard and seen, right? It's so important. We all want to be seen. So yeah, please go give someone some extra love who really needs it. All right, hi, first on your mat, a good Paschimottanasana pose, hard to find. What is Paschimottanasana pose? I don't know the Sanskrit names for all the poses. Best exercise for spine. Oh, back pain. It depends on the back pain, Mohit. If it's your low back, upper back, if it was an injury, or if you have some herniated discs, there are some things that could be helpful and there's some things that could be hurtful. So I really need to know more about what kind of back pain you're experiencing. Seated forward bend. Oh yeah. I'm like, how do I not know what that is? But yeah, that was a major focus of our teacher training. Like this, Pyro, seated forward bend, but more back, I'm assuming. Pick my mat up. Scoliosis. Okay, so Mohit, for scoliosis, I would recommend a lot of asymmetrical stretching. So by asymmetrical, I'm talking things like any of the warriors, like warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3, or not warrior 3, reverse warrior. All those things, you want to bring in the side that is convex. You want to work on pulling it in, and the side that is concave, you want to work on lengthening it and closing off this side. So I would also recommend inversion therapy as well, because it will help to open the space in your vertebrae, but also strengthen your muscles in a different way that will help support that newfound space. I'm not a doctor, so please do all of that at your own risk. But I hope that you feel better. And I've actually been meaning to make a yoga video on scoliosis, because I've actually worked with a few people. Closer to the camera. Can you zoom the camera in? Thank you so much, Mohi. I really appreciate it. I just love you all so much, and I want everybody to feel good. Like, that's the goal, right? We all want to feel good. So I hope you rest well, Mohi. Practice those asymmetrical poses. So if one side's concave, you want to practice that extended side angle on that side, but then not do it on the other side, if that makes sense. Is it good to spread your toes during seated forward fold or keep them flexed? There are different benefits, Pyro, to keeping your feet flexed or pointed. So a lot of teachers say they want you to flex your toes and then, you know, obviously engage your toes if you want to stretch your hamstrings more. But myself personally, and a lot of my students actually, I have found that when we point our toes, we feel it more in our hamstrings, but I also feel it a lot more on the top of my calves. So everybody's body is different. Just play with where the stretch changes for you in your body, and whatever your goal is, you can go with that either stretch. That was a good question. Thank you, Pyro. Yes, and this video will be saved, so everyone can come practice it later. Yeah, this will be up for everyone to watch again. So thank you guys so much. I hope you all have an amazing day. Go make someone's day brighter, please, especially if they're grumpy or mean or sad. Put a smile on their face, okay? Because how would you like that? You know, if you were feeling really mad or upset and you just wish somebody would see you, acknowledge you, and be like, man, that sucks. Like, I hope the rest of your day goes smoothly. I hope you get to go home and rest soon. Just a little kind, loving of like, hey, I see your struggle, and like, I see you as a human, and I recognize that you need some rest, you need some love.
go take care of yourself. So let's all go do that for people today, okay? I love you guys so much. Either good night or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Let's have a wonderful, wonderful day and night. Love you. Bye.